Ever feel like you're drowning in a sea of debt? It's a sensation all too familiar to many of us, a relentless tide pulling us deeper into a churning whirlpool of financial stress. Whether it's credit card bills stacking up, student loans looming large, or unexpected expenses throwing a wrench in your plans, debt can feel like a constant, insurmountable obstacle. But here's the good news. You're not alone, and there are effective strategies to help you conquer your debt. To start tackling your debt, you first need to understand what you're dealing with. Debt comes in various forms, each with its unique characteristics. The most common ones include credit card debt, student loans, and mortgages. Credit card debt is typically high-interest, revolving debt. It's easy to accrue and can quickly spiral out of control if not managed properly. Student loans, on the other hand, often have lower interest rates and a longer repayment period, but the amounts can be quite hefty. Mortgages usually involve significant sums of money, yet they come with some of the lowest interest rates and longest repayment terms. Speaking of interest rates, these are essentially the cost of borrowing money. They can significantly influence how much you end up paying back in total. Higher interest rates mean more money paid back over time. Now, with a clear understanding of your debt, let's explore some strategies to pay it off. Ever made a snowball? Then you'll understand this first strategy. This is the snowball method, a popular and effective approach to tackling debt that involves paying off your obligations from smallest to largest. Imagine a snowy hillside. You start with a small snowball at the top. As it rolls down the hill, it gathers more snow, growing larger and larger until it's a massive snowball barreling down the hill. Now apply this concept to your debts. Start by listing all your debts, from the smallest balance to the largest. This is your debt snowball. The smallest balance is like that little snowball at the top of the hill. It's where you'll start. Allocate as much money as you can to pay off that smallest debt, while still making the minimum payments on your other debts. This is like pushing that little snowball down the hill. It's the start of your momentum. Once that smallest debt is paid off, roll the money you were paying on that debt into the next smallest balance. The amount you pay towards your debt starts to grow, just like that snowball rolling down the hill. Continue this process, always paying off the smallest debt first and then moving on to the next. As you knock out each debt, your snowball grows, and so does your momentum. One of the key advantages of the snowball method is the psychological boost it provides. Each debt you pay off gives you a sense of accomplishment, a small victory that motivates you to keep going. It's a tangible way to see your progress, and it can be incredibly gratifying. The snowball method isn't just about numbers and interest rates. It's about changing your behavior and your relationship with money. It's about gaining control, one small step at a time. Of course, it's not a magic solution. It requires discipline, commitment, and sometimes a bit of sacrifice. But for many people, the snowball method has proven to be an effective strategy for tackling debt. By focusing on small victories, the snowball method can provide a psychological boost and a sense of progress. If you're more concerned about interest rates, the Avalanche method might be your best bet. The Avalanche method, named for its powerful cascading effect, is a strategy that focuses on paying off debts with the highest interest rates first. It's an approach that may be particularly appealing if you're keen to minimize the amount of money you shell out on interest payments over time. Here's how it works. First, you'll list all your debts in descending order, starting with the one that has the highest interest rate. This could be a credit card balance, a student loan, or any other form of debt. The key is to focus on the rate, not the amount owed. While continuing to make the minimum payments on all your debts, you'll direct any extra money you have towards the debt at the top of your list, the one with the highest interest rate. Once that debt is completely paid off, you move on to the next highest interest rate, and so on. The Avalanche method is like a strategic game of dominoes. You knock out the highest interest rate first, and the rest start to fall more easily. Now, it's worth noting that the Avalanche method requires a good deal of patience. Unlike the snowball method, which provides quicker wins by eliminating smaller debts first, the Avalanche method may take more time before you start to see progress. But remember, this is a long-term strategy designed to save you the most money. It's also important to remember that while the Avalanche method can be highly effective, it's not for everyone. It requires discipline and a commitment to stick with the plan, even when it feels like your progress is slow. One final point to keep in mind is that while the Avalanche method targets high interest rates first, it doesn't negate the importance of also keeping up with minimum payments on your other debts. You don't want to dig yourself into a deeper hole while trying to climb out of the current one. While it may take longer to see progress, the Avalanche method can save you money in the long run. Feeling overwhelmed by multiple debts? Debt consolidation could be an option. Let's delve into what this means. Simply put, debt consolidation is a strategy that combines multiple debts into one single, larger piece of debt, usually with more favorable payoff terms. These terms may include a lower interest rate, lower monthly payment, or both. Imagine you're juggling 3 credit cards, each with its own interest rate and payment schedule. Debt consolidation would combine these 3 debts into one, leaving you with a single monthly payment to manage. This can make your financial life much easier to handle and reduces the risk of missing payments. However, it's not all roses. While consolidation can simplify your debt management, it's not without potential downsides. One of the main risks is that you might end up paying more in the long run. This can happen if the length of your new repayment term exceeds the term of your original debts. While your monthly payments might be lower, the total amount you pay back could be higher due to the extended repayment period. Another potential pitfall is falling into old habits. Consolidation can provide a sense of relief, making it tempting to start using your credit cards again before you've paid off the consolidated debt. This could lead to an even larger debt problem. And let's not forget about the fees. Debt consolidation often involves fees for balance transfers and closing costs. You will need to factor these into your calculations when deciding if this is the right path for you. Lastly, consolidation requires good credit. If your credit score has taken a hit due to your debt situation, you might not qualify for a consolidation loan, or the terms may not be as favorable as you'd like. In conclusion, debt consolidation can simplify your payments and potentially reduce your monthly costs, but it's important to do your research and understand the implications. Remember, it's not a magic bullet that will make your debt disappear, but rather a tool that can help manage your debt more effectively. Debt consolidation can simplify your payments, but always do your research before choosing this route. Sometimes the best course of action is to seek professional help. When you're feeling overwhelmed by debt, it can be incredibly beneficial to turn to experts who navigate these waters every day. There are a variety of professionals who can offer you assistance. Let's explore some of them. First off, we have credit counselors. These professionals can help you understand your financial situation and guide you in making a personalized plan to tackle your debt. They offer services like budget counseling, debt management plans, and even bankruptcy counseling. Secondly, there are debt relief companies. These organizations negotiate with your creditors to reduce the amount you owe. They can consolidate your debts into a single, manageable monthly payment. However, do bear in mind that these services often come with fees and may impact your credit score. Another option is to hire a financial advisor. They can provide a comprehensive view of your financial situation, including your debts, assets, and investments. A financial advisor could help you strategize a long-term plan to not only clear your debt, but also to strengthen your overall financial health. Lastly, there are bankruptcy attorneys. These are your last resort when all else fails. They can guide you through the process of filing for bankruptcy, explaining the legal implications and potential consequences. Navigating the world of debt can be tricky, but it's important to remember that you don't have to do it alone. There are professionals out there who can help you find your way through. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. You don't have to tackle your debt alone. So, we've covered a lot today. Let's do a quick recap. Firstly, we dove into the depths of the struggle with debt, understanding how it can feel like a daunting mountain to climb. But remember, every journey begins with a single step. You are not alone in this, and there are strategies you can use to make your journey easier. Then we looked at the basics of debt repayment. Understanding your debt, knowing how much you owe and to whom, is the first step towards financial freedom. It's crucial to keep track of your debts and prioritize them, so you can focus on one debt at a time. We tackled the snowball method next. This strategy works by focusing on the smallest debts first, gaining momentum as each one is paid off. Each small victory can provide the motivation to keep going, like a snowball rolling down a hill, gathering size and speed. On the other hand, we discussed the Avalanche method, which focuses on paying off the debts with the highest interest rates first. This strategy can save you a lot in interest over time. Like an avalanche, it can bring a big impact, clearing your path towards financial freedom faster. Then, we explored the concept of debt consolidation. This strategy involves combining all your debts into one, often with a lower interest rate, making it easier to manage. It's like having one big rock to move instead of several small ones. We also discussed the importance of seeking professional help when needed. Sometimes the situation might feel overwhelming, and that's okay. Professionals can provide guidance, support, and a tailored plan to help you conquer your debt. And there you have it, a quick recap of our journey through the world of debt repayment strategies. Each one has its own strengths and weaknesses, and what works best for you will depend on your individual situation and preferences. Implementing these strategies can lead to financial freedom. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Remember, you have the power to conquer your debt.